Hypeddit has a brand new feature they're calling Lifetime Fans, which is essentially a lifetime pre-save. And if you're not familiar with what that means, don't worry. I'm going to go over it in this video, along with how to set it up on Hypeddit and what you might use this for as well. Let's jump right into Hypeddit and start going over Lifetime Fans. So when you log into Hypeddit, which, by the way, if you don't know what Hypeddit is, I have a link down below where you can get a free 2-week trial, which is double their normal free trial. So check that out if you're interested. But Hypeddit is a music marketing platform, to kind of broadly call it. I use them for smart links, but they also have things called download gates and link gates and loud links and even automated ad campaigns. So for example, what is a smart link? Basically, it's a page that you have a bunch of music links on, and you would use these in ad campaigns typically, or even just for organic marketing to make it easy for fans to find what you're doing. And if you're wondering how I use these in ad campaigns, check out this video right here where I go through the entire process from start to finish. I've literally driven like 300 million Spotify streams using ads with landing pages just like this for the clients that I've ran at my agency. And then I think like 10 million for my stuff. So this stuff works. These pages are super common, super useful, just in case you've never heard of them. For most of you watching, if you're familiar with me, you're probably familiar with Hypeddit and you already know the spiel. But this is Hypeddit. And the new addition here is the Lifetime Fans thing over in the top right. Now, I have 0 Lifetime Fans. Currently, at least. I'm going to be doing some trials with Lifetime pre-saves over time, specifically for one of my bands. But let's dive a little bit deeper. So I already set up the Lifetime pre-saves. When you come in here, it will prompt you to set it up. But if you do not have it, you can go up here into the top right, go into account settings, then go down to Lifetime Fans right here. And then here, you can turn it off here. This is where it would be set up, or where you would set it up if you didn't already have it set up. So if I click view, it's just going to take us to that page. And this kind of also defines what a Lifetime Fan is. All of our future music added to your music library the moment it's released, and it's free. So what Hypeddit is going to do when someone chooses add on Spotify or Apple or Deezer here, they're going to add them to a list where every time you drop a new release, that fan will automatically save it on release day. So the record comes out, the fan automatically has it saved to their library. 1, it makes it easier for them to find it. 2, it makes it so that the algorithm has the signal that, hey, all these fans essentially pre-saved or added this song to their library on release day. Now, on top of that, one thing Hypeddit does is they also send emails. So every time you have a new release, they also send an email letting the fan know that your release is out. So not only does it add it to their library, but they also will get an email that goes over it. If I go into edit here, this is where you can configure that link. So you can enter your artist link. You can customize this text. If you don't like the language of it, it doesn't feel on brand, you can customize your artist name. You can change the cover art. You can change the color scheme. You can take off the Hypeddit logo if you want. You can show your social media channels. So you can pretty much customize any aspect that you want. And then this is where you can customize the platforms. So you don't have to use all 3. You could just use Spotify. But additionally, you can also add share buttons to your page, and you can also add custom links. So maybe you want to have a link to your store or your Patreon on your Lifetime Fan page. You can. So whatever you want to add to the page, you can, which I really appreciate. Because sometimes people have interesting ideas of how they want to promote their stuff. They don't want to be locked into like, this link has to be used this way. So I'm glad Hypeddit has some customization here. You can customize the URL, and then you can put in your pixels. And I'm going to put in a pixel here, 1, to show you how easy it is, but then 2, because I want to see, because I actually haven't done this yet, what event fires in Facebook ads when you trigger a Lifetime pre-save. Is it the same as a normal event, or is it different? If you have no idea what a Facebook pixel is, don't worry. It's just a way to track results in ads. I have a full detailed, like 20-minute long video going over pixels and why they're relevant for music artists right there, if you want to check it out. But all we have to do is grab our pixel, which in this case is my pixel ID right here. And all I have to do is just paste that sucker right here. And then there is a conversion API token. I'm not going to cover that right now. I have another video about that as well, but I'm going to click update, and now we get our page. So if I click here, this is the same page we already saw. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link. We're going to go back to Events Manager, and we're going to go to Test Events. If you're not familiar with Test Events, I also covered in that video I was talking about before. Basically, it's a way just to see like what's happening on Hypeddit. Like what events is Hypeddit sending to Facebook, so we can learn what events they're sending and then use them in our ad campaigns. So I'm just going to put that link in there, click Test Events, go back to Events Manager. And the first thing we see, this is just a page view, right? We haven't actually done anything. We just loaded the page. And we are getting a Hypeddit Smart Link visit. So this is exactly the same event that fires with every time someone visits a Smart Link on Hypeddit. It fires Hypeddit Smart Link visit. So this is normal. If I go back to Hypeddit, this lifetime fan page, and I click add on Spotify, so this is kind of what your fans will go through when you're using these pages to market your music. Connect with Spotify to follow Every Waking Moment on Spotify. It's going to default add future songs by Every Waking Moment to my Spotify library. Get email updates about Every Waking Moments, new music, and more. So we're going to click connect. It's probably going to ask me to log into Spotify. So we did the event. So let's go back here and see what happened. A lot of events seem to have fired, but it appears that first, Hypeddit Smart Link Visit, that's the one we saw. We got the subscribe button click. Don't worry about those. They never actually mean anything, at least typically. And then we have a Hypeddit Smart Link click. So this must have been when I clicked the add button. And we have a bunch of other subscribe button clicks, and then finally a Hypeddit Smart Link save. So I believe this is the same event that fires for pre-saves. I might be wrong, but I think this is the same event they use for pre-saves, essentially. So essentially what this means is if you're running an ad campaign and you want more lifetime fans, this is the event you'll use. So this Hypeddit Smart Link save. And let me show you exactly what that means just so it's not uncertain. So if I go into Ads Manager, now that we've tested it, so we know for a fact people visit the page, Hypeddit Smart Link Visit, they click on the button, Hypeddit Smart Link click. When they actually do the save and become a lifetime fan, it fires Hypeddit Smart Link save. So we don't want to do Hypeddit Smart Link Visit because that's just a page view. We don't want to do Hypeddit Smart Link click because that's just clicking on the button. We want to do a Hypeddit Smart Link save. So that way the campaign can optimize to get as many people who actually go through the whole process, including logging into Spotify, as possible. Because if we do the click event, we might get people to click, but maybe those people don't end up actually authenticating and going through with it. So in here, if you were to make a new campaign, you'd click Create, go to Engagement. And I'm not going to go through every step of this campaign because I've done that ad nauseum in previous videos, and that one I linked up there goes through it as well. We're going to choose Manual Engagement Campaign. I'm just going to toggle this button and click Next just to skip to the juicy bits. We're going to do Conversion Location Website. And now Pixel Conversion Event. And we're looking for Hypeddit Smart Link Save. And if you're like, hey, I don't have Hypeddit Smart Link Save, I don't either. So let's go fix it. Let's go add Hypeddit Smart Link Save to our thing. So the way we have to do that is we have to go back to Events Manager. All right, now we're back in Events Manager. So there's this thing, custom events can't be used with add features. You have to confirm your events. We're going to go click Review, and then I acknowledge. And then here, Hypeddit Smart Link Save, Hypeddit Smart Link Click, Hypeddit Smart Link Visit. I don't have any of them, so I'm going to click all three. Next, confirm the custom event, confirm. And then I just ignore the missing event. I'm just going to click Close. And now if I go to Data Sources, and we go down to the bottom here, we don't see it here yet. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes before it populates and gets added down here. And sometimes you can't use it in the ad campaign until it populates down there, even if you did that previous step where you confirm the event. But if I go back to Ads Manager and refresh the page, we'll see if that did the trick or not. All right, so I refresh the page. We're going to come down to Conversion Event, and we're going to click on here. And we still don't have it here. So essentially that just means we have to wait a little bit longer, and then it will populate. But then once here, you just choose Hypeddit Smart Link Save, and that's the event you would choose. You build the rest of the campaign the way you would do it, and then, Bob's your uncle, you're on your way. Now, in like a minute, I'm going to come back and double check this. But first, I want to talk about if this is something you should even do. For example, lifetime pre-save, you're getting people to save every single future release you put out, at least while you're a Hypeddit subscriber. Basically, you're going to have people that save every release you ever put out. Additionally, they're going to get emailed every time. And you're going to get their email address. And I believe they also follow you on Spotify when they do the whole pre-save thing as well. So is that worth it? And I think the answer is honestly just maybe. It really depends on you and your scenario. So let me give you some aspects here. One, will you take advantage of the email address? I think that's for pre-save or lifetime pre-save campaigns, that's actually the most valuable portion of all of this, is getting that email address. And I also really like that Hypeddit automatically emails them when you have new songs come out, so you don't even have to think about it. So it's like if you don't have email marketing yet, you're still able to kind of take advantage of the value of emails without having an email platform at all, which I think is fantastic. But if you're looking at the emails as just some like useless thing, I don't think running ads on lifetime pre-saves is for you. I think one of the biggest parts of it is the actual email. And the reason I'm saying that is when you're running a campaign like this for pre-save or lifetime pre-save, it's not nearly as cheap per person as it is when your song's already released. Meaning, it's not unusual to run a campaign on an existing song that's out and get 20, 30 cents a conversion, USD, per person who's clicking to go to Spotify. And then the cost per save is going to end up being roughly double that in my experience. So maybe it's like 40 cents per save. With a pre-save campaign or a lifetime pre-save campaign, usually you're talking between $3 and $10 per pre-save or per lifetime pre-save. So let's say it's a best case scenario of $3 per lifetime pre-save. And like, it can get better than that, especially if you do like a giveaway with a prize, and or you're doing it in really cheap countries, etc. But it's never really gets much better than that, than like $3 per lifetime pre-save. If you're not using the email, you're basically paying $3 per person who's just going to save every single song on Spotify and follow you. Whereas if you just waited till after the song came out, you're going to get that person to very likely save one song and follow you and probably come back later. So it gets a little hairy. Like, I don't think it's necessarily as worth it. Now, if you run this and you get like a really, really good cost per lifetime pre-save, that's a different story. Like, maybe you just have really amazing music or really amazing visuals, or the countries that are less valuable to other people are really valuable to you because of where you live or where you tour or whatever. So there might be scenarios like that. So consider trying it and consider ignoring my recommendation. But I think there's not a guarantee that running a lifetime pre-save campaign, whether it's from Hypeddit or Feature FM or Smart Noise or anyone, if it's guaranteed 100% worth it. But it is a very cool feature. And especially when it comes to like letting your existing fans do it for free, that's a no-brainer, right? Giving your fans this link and saying, hey, give me a lifetime pre-save, become a lifetime fan, get notified every time I release a new song, and you have like a couple hundred people or whatever it is, 10 people, 1,000 people doing it for free, is amazing. Now, another thing I want to bring up, a lot of people ask me like, Andrew, in your recent videos, I've seen that you haven't been using Hypeddit, whereas in the past, I pretty much always use Hypeddit. And the reason is I have so many different music projects, and I have a label, and I run an ad agency, and Feature FM is just designed to support people who have dozens and dozens and dozens of artists in different folders and subcategories and pixels and different integrations and all this stuff. Like, Feature FM is designed for that, and it's priced accordingly for that. Hypeddit, if you're a solo individual artist or band, or even if you're doing just like a couple music projects, Hypeddit, in my opinion, is one of, if not the best platforms for this. Like, in terms of money, it's the cheapest that offers just smart links with pixels and conversion API and custom domains. Don't worry if you don't know what all that means, but basically, in terms of all the features you need to go run ads, promote your music, if you're a solo artist or you've got a couple small projects, Hypeddit is, I think, the best value. So here's their pricing. So for most of you watching, probably just need the basic. Like, if you're running your own ads and doing it from scratch, you only need the $10 a month plan. And by the way, this video isn't sponsored by Hypeddit, but I have been an affiliate for Hypeddit forever. If you use my link down below, just full disclosure, I do get a cut of the subscription. But I have that for every other platform too. I have the same deal essentially with Feature FM and Smart Noise. So in terms of my skin in the game, I don't really care what you use as long as you choose the platform that's best for you. Flipping back to Facebook ads, I said in a couple minutes we'd check back on this. And if I load this now, we now have Hypeddit Smart Link Click. We just had to wait a little while and the event showed up. So all we do is collect Hypeddit Smart Link Save, and the rest of this campaign will be exactly the same as you running any old regular Smart Link type marketing campaign that I've covered in videos dozens or potentially over 100 times now because I've been doing this for so long. Now, if you want to learn how to run the ad campaigns using smart links like this that I've been talking about in this video, check out this video right here where I walk you through the entire process from start to finish. And check out this playlist down below where I cover a couple other competing smart link platforms so you can see which one might work the best for you and some other ancillary topics that are related as well. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.